tone of Washington and didn't have a whole lot of luck doing it. So many presidents come to this town thinking that they could change the way that things are done, and they don't get it done. David Perdue, Senator, beyond good to see you, Senator. But Donald Trump may be the type of person who has the fortitude and the strength of intent to get this done. So we'll see, Brett. It's a very, very tall order. He doesn't have long to do it. First 100 days are going to be very telling. His team has said that they have had a strong transition. They are ready to take over. But the transition, that 71 days, is key, because if you do it well, you can set yourself up for a good 100 days. That sets you up for a good presidency. If you haven't done it well, you're going to have a rocky first 100 days, and then your presidency may not be as successful as you hoped that it would be. We'll see. He gets to work starting this afternoon, signing some executive orders. The real work, he says, will begin on Monday. That's when he'll tackle a lot of the thorny issues that he campaigned on over these last 18 months. Brett?
We're happy to have you as our point man at the White House through this journey as the Bidens are being escorted off there by Vice President Pence. It's quite something to watch.
It is quite something to watch. Let's bring in our political correspondent, Carl Cameron, who is down there on Capitol Hill. Carl.
Hi, Martha. Donald Trump's long road to the White House, now the President of the United States, was in many ways guided by signs of American anger. Over and over and over again, he talked about his feeling that the economy wasn't fair, and that too many people were being left behind, and that American principles and values had been essentially derailed, and the average guy and the average woman weren't being attended to. And today, the President of the United States in his inaugural address said, "For too long, a small group in our nation's capital has reaped the rewards of government while the people have borne the costs. This day will be remembered as the day the people became rulers of this nation again." That encapsulates what was his campaign. It signals that there will be a lot of heartburn in the Capitol, not just with Democrats, but even with Republicans. He has a very, very aggressive agenda and outlined only a portion of it with his speech today. Now comes the real work. And while there'll be partying and balls tonight across Washington, he will go into the Capitol and sign some executive orders, just a few today, mostly logistic, but he has promised to do a great deal on day one. And he acknowledged that today was one of ceremony, and for him the real work begins on Monday, and that means executive orders and a new agenda for Washington and the country, one that is meant to answer that anger that Donald Trump tapped into as a candidate and now governs the country as president with. Martha?
Carl, thank you very much.
As we're looking at these live pictures, the Vice President Pence escorting the former Vice President, Dr. Biden, to the motorcade, and we're getting ready for that moment where the Obamas will say goodbye. And after 8 years in office, obviously, no matter what you thought of these past 8 years, you have to give credit for the service. It's not easy to live in that White House. It comes with a lot of perks, but it comes with a lot of sacrifice. Let's listen in as the Obamas say goodbye.